Drivers, start your engines!
It's MRN Motorsports Monday, the place for the latest news and loudest opinions, direct from the guys at the track. Presented by Outback Steakhouse. The stories, views, and opinions expressed on MRN Motorsports Monday are not likely shared by anyone, anywhere. Results may vary, so you should talk to your doctor before watching.
What's up, Doc?
Today's episode is brought to you by Hercules Tire.
Pace car is up.
Here's Woody Kane.
Oh, boy, am I glad to see you guys!
I knew you'd come back, Woody.
And Joey Meyer.
Just a reminder, if you're asking me a question on the radio, just keep talking till I answer it for you, all right?
MRN Motorsports Monday, presented by Outback Steakhouse, the final show of the 2017 season after Ford Championship weekend. 3 races, 3 champions have been crowned. 2 of them will be on the program today, and because Kevin Harvick had a top 10 finish, it is Bloomin' Monday. Head on over to Outback Steakhouse, get your free Bloomin' Onion there, and that's free. You don't have to pay for the Bloomin' Onion. Tell them you heard about it on Motorsports Monday.
The last time you get to do it for the year before Thanksgiving. So go get your free blooming onion. Thank you to Outback Steakhouse for being alongside with us, giving us these nice graphics in the back to partake and enjoy the little Joey menu and all that kind of stuff all year 2017. Kevin Harvick, that close from winning his second.
Yep.
Some guy that finished second was that close from getting his second.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Truex Jr. pulls it off.
He has.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah, let's be honest. He had the dominant car, the dominant team pretty much all season long. How about this? He has 15 career wins in the Cup Series. 8 of them came this year. Mm-hmm. That's pretty stout.
You know who got his first? Who was with him for his first Cup victory?
That was you.
Yeah.
You've already pulled this trivia question on me, and I remembered. Yeah.
2007. I texted him this morning. Back in 2004, we won our first race together when he was driving for Chance 2, his first Busch Series win. 2004.
Wow.
It's 13 years ago.
Time
That's a
flies,
lot.
right?
Yeah, it's a lot. We used to have hair back then.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a long time ago. That's back in the Stone Age, practically.
Yes.
All right, so after Martin Truex Jr. gets the win, a lot of emotion going on. He spoke with our Winston Kelly in Victory Lane.
You are a NASCAR champion at the top level. Your thoughts, your emotions.
I can't even believe it. I can't believe we got the lead. I can't believe we kept it. We weren't the best car all day long. We fought it. Cole had some great pit strategy, and a caution came at the right time to get us the lead, and then they put it in my hands, and I had to hang on to it. It was all I could do to hang on to that thing and find a lane that would work for me, and the 4 and 18 were both better in the long run all day long. I just had to find something at the end, and luckily I was able to find a lane that was really good for my car, but also bad for them behind me, and just worked out.
What made the difference there at the end?
I don't know, man. It just all came together. It was meant to be. What can I say? This whole year has been a dream year. I got the best team in the world. I'm so thankful for them. These guys believed in me 4 years ago when we were running awful and just continuing to dig and find a way. They're the best. They're the best in the business. There's no question. And I'm so proud to drive their cars and drive these Toyotas. Is amazing.
Well, it may not be about you, but you're a big part of it. Enjoy it, and congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. I can't believe this, man. Thank you so much.
2017 NASCAR Premier Series champion, Martin Truex Jr.
How about that? And just the emotion of his girlfriend, Sherry Pollux, being there, battling the cancer all year long, and the story that went with that, and the emotion of the team. You had Barney Visser with the heart issue a little bit earlier, so he wasn't able to go to the last few races. But here's how you win a championship. Martin Truex Jr. did that by winning 4 of the 10 playoff races, 9 top 5s in the 10 playoff races. That's math that's hard to beat.
I'm going to throw some more math.
Okay.
Excluding Talladega, 2.2 average finish in the playoffs.
That's strong.
Pretty good. What gets overlooked with Martin Truex Jr. and his personal venture down to the championship is years ago having his gut ripped out by making the playoff, which was called the Chase at Richmond, and then having the controversy and him being removed.
Back when he was with Michael Waltrip
Racing with Napa. And that was really the downturn of his career. It was the downturn of Michael Waltrip Racing. They had made the Chase, had made the playoff system back in NASCAR at Richmond through a controversial move by one of his teammates. And those guys celebrated, took the pictures, and then Monday and Tuesday, penalties were announced, and they were ripped out of the playoffs in the Chase. That really declined the MWR system. He leaves a front-running team of MWR and kind of gets put, which was back then kind of a mediocre mid-level team at Furniture Row that they were trying to build up. Then they get with Martin Truex, their Chevrolets, they go with Gibbs and Toyotas, and that incline has gone ever since. And here he is sitting at the pinnacle, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion.
The first one ever.
Yes. That's a really cool trophy.
It really is.
It's a cup. Yeah. It's kind of a cup.
I saw it. Yeah.
That's a good trophy.
Absolutely it is. It's a feel-good story for sure, but we've got a lot more to cover. There were 2 other champions crowned in Homestead-Miami this weekend. Both of them will be on the show a little bit later on. William Byron, the Xfinity Series champion, will be along, but next, Christopher Bell will be here to tell us about his 2017 Camping World Truck Series championship. Stick around.
I'm not blooming good, I'm blooming great. Put a shrimp on the barbie and sizzle my steak. Woo, I want that onion to bloom, and it get in my senses like a sonic boom. No rules, just right. So bold, so nice, and I'm so ready for that Outback steak tonight. Outback Steakhouse, that's what it's all about. Outback Steakhouse, blooming great.
On the racetrack, you can only go as far as your engine can take you. It's the same on the highway. Making a run with a Detroit engine under the hood gives you the industry-leading fuel economy, reliability, and durability your business needs. The Detroit DD13, DD15, and DD16 engine solutions are specifically engineered to make a run as profitable as possible. Don't just want better business solutions, demand them. Learn more at demanddetroit.com.
When the smoke settles, the entertainment never stops.
It's all a family sport.
On race weekends, your favorite NASCAR personality is an everyday superhero.
Brad Keselowski will win.
But when they leave the racetrack, they're just like everyone else.
We just have to find the value package that connects a new generation of fans.
I'm Susie Armstrong. Join me on a daily journey as we discuss the hot topics and engaging personalities of NASCAR Nation. Ned Jarrett's World of Racing, weekdays on the Motor Racing Network.
Here's Chase Briscoe all by himself. Will not have to deal with any more lap traffic. He's got a big lead in hand over Christopher Bell, and Bell is just fine with that. On their way to victory lane and separate celebrations headed for 3.
Here is Chase Briscoe off the end of the backstretch for the final time, getting ready to take Brad Keselowski Racing to victory lane for its last time at the Truck Series.
It'll be a first career victory for rookie driver Chase Briscoe and a first NASCAR championship for Christopher Bell.
Dave Moody, Mike Bagley, and Kurt Becker with the call from Homestead-Miami Speedway. Chase Briscoe gets his first career win, the last race for Brad Keselowski Racing. But the big picture, Christopher Bell wins his first title, the 2017 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion, and he joins us on the guest line now. Christopher, man, I bet you haven't gotten tired of hearing the word champion tag beside your name, and have you stopped grinning yet?
Not quite. I had a little bit of a down moment there during the Xfinity race, but as soon as I got my fire suit off and I went through my phone again and saw all the pictures, it picked me right back up. So it was a pretty fairy tale weekend, and really thankful that I could finish out my time at Cowbush Motorsports with a driver championship for those guys.
Christopher, congratulations. I know it's a Monday. You've had a couple of days to relish on the event at Homestead, and we know the end result was you coming into the championship form with KBM Motorsports as the champion. When you look back through the year of 2017, what was the most challenging that you look at in 2017? What was the biggest obstacle you guys had to overcome?
Man, that's a tough one. Our year went so well,
right,
that we really, I'm not going to say it was a flawless year, but it was just a year that got put together really, really well. Probably our downfall of the season would have had to have been the summer months going through Bristol and into the road course at Canada. Bristol was a place that myself and my crew chief, Rudy Fugel, expected to be really good at, and it ended up being our worst race of the season. And then we followed that up by me missing a shift at Canada. So that was our 2 worst races of the year. But from that point, we were able to continue to win races at Loudon, and we had one before that to get us into the chase. So we were able to put those races behind us and move on.
To me, one of the big keys for you guys' success this year was how well you did on the mile-and-a-half tracks. You had top 5 in all 9 races on the mile-and-a-half tracks, an average finish of 2.2 there. Was that a focus for you guys coming in, saying we got to be good on the mile-and-a-halves?
For myself, yes. So mile-and-a-half racing makes up the majority of NASCAR. So if you want to be a successful NASCAR driver, you have to make sure that you're good at mile-and-a-half. And that was something that I didn't feel like I performed very well at last year, so I wanted to be really good at this year. And Kyle Busch Motorsports and Rudy Fugle, that's their strong suit, is mile-and-a-half racetrack. So we were exceptional there whenever we went to the mile-and-a-half, and it showed this year.
When you show up at Homestead now, you know you have a championship in hand. Once the race starts, are you playing offense or defense? At the end of the race when Chase is winning, how hard is it not to try to go get him by realizing that championship is within your grasp?
He did try to go get it
well,
one time.
That's exactly did. Yes, I know.
Well, after qualifying, we qualified 13th, and it was a major disappointment.
Right.
But I was really tight qualifying. And in years previous, whenever I qualified at Homestead, I was a little bit loose, and then I would be really loose when the race started. So I felt like that would be probably a pretty good indicator that I would be good once the green flag dropped. And man, was it. As soon as they dropped that green flag, my truck was so good. Rudy did such an excellent job of making sure that we were tight enough to race, and our JBL Tundra just came to life as soon as they dropped the green flag. But going to the end of the race, it was extremely tough to not just push and try and win the race. There were times where I felt like I could have pushed harder and maybe made a race out of it, but big picture, all we had to do was beat the other three competitors, and if I would have made a mistake, that would have been pretty bad.
In a situation like that, I remember one time you got right there and it was really, really close and got a little wobbly there. On a situation like that, not just at Homestead, but through the year, who's been in your ear the most? Has it been Rudy? Has it been your spotter? Or has it just been you realizing, hey, this is not the big picture?
Well, it's just a combination of our team. Rudy does such a good job at putting the best people in place. And between Rudy on top of the pit box and my spotter, Tony Hirschman, they do an excellent job of just keeping me aware of the situation that I'm in. That's the best way that I can describe it. You know, they're always hounding on me that what I need to accomplish at that time. And for the end of that race, I didn't need to go win the race. I just had to beat the other three competitors. And they kept reminding me of that, and that's what we accomplished.
Well, you don't have a whole lot of time to enjoy it because obviously we go down to the banquet here in Charlotte, and you're already preparing for 2018 because you're going to switch series, but you get to carry that championship tag with you forever. How quickly will you prepare to hop in the Xfinity Series over at Gibbs for next year?
Well, this week I get to take a little bit of a break and go dirt racing. So I'll head to California and do a midget race on Thanksgiving night, and then do a couple sprint car races this weekend. But after that, then it'll be time to gear up for next year, and I'll be spending a lot of time at the Gibbs Xfinity shop and with my new crew chief Jason Ratcliffe, and just trying to build a relationship there with Jason. I haven't been around him very much. We've only met once, so that's going to be a big key to our success, is how well we gel together and how quickly we can learn each other.
Well, based on past experience, it looks like it won't take you guys long to get acclimated, and you got plenty of seat time in that car this season to help you for 2018. So, Christopher, man, just congratulations on the season that you had, all the wins, all the victories, all the success, and look forward to catching up with you down the road, man. Congratulations on a really strong season.
Yeah, thank you. This whole season was just a credit to all of the people at Kyle Busch Motorsports. Racing is such a team sport that the driver is actually a really small part of what goes into a championship year. And like I said, I'm just really thankful to be driving for Rudy Fugle and his group of guys. They're a class act, and really thankful that I could bring the driver championship home for them.
There you go. Well deserved. That's Christopher Bell, the 2017 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion. And boy, Joey, I really think that they're going to come out of the gate really strong and be a factor for the championship next year.
We've seen a tickle of him in the Xfinity Series. I said tickle.
Yeah. That's a real word, though. You don't get credit for that.
Right.
That's a real word.
So we've seen his performance capabilities just exposed a little bit in the Xfinity Series, and I really, truly believe right away they're gonna compete side by side with Junior Motorsports, who's really dominated the Xfinity Series in the last several years. They've always had 2 or 3 guys with Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler, and insert name here kind of guy.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job, but now we're going to see the Ryan Priestes and the Christopher Bells and those guys really competing and running for those championships in 2018 over in the Xfinity Series.
And with all the seat time that he got this year, it's really going to help as well. All right, we've got a lot more coming up on MRN Motorsports Monday. Next, we'll shift gears to the Xfinity Series. William Byron, the champion, joins us on the other side of the break.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
I'm not blooming good, I'm blooming great. Put a shrimp on the barbie and sizzle my steak. Woo, I want that onion to bloom, and it get in my senses like a sonic boom. No rules, just right. So bold, so nice, and I'm so ready for that Outback steak tonight. Outback Steakhouse, that's what it's all about. Outback Steakhouse, blooming great.
Motor Racing Network has a way for you to reach out and express your thoughts and opinions on NASCAR. It's the MRN Fan Forum Hotline.
Wondering what's the first thing you tend to think
curious about those new rules from what I heard.
Call in 844-4-ASK-MRN. Got a question or comment for a driver or MRN personality? 844-4-ASK-MRN.
You guys keep it on. Let's see you guys next
It's
weekend.
the Fan Forum Hotline, your connection to the sport of NASCAR.
Cole Custer brings that Mustang into turn number 3. Nobody can even see him as far as challenges for position. Here he is again, middle of the racetrack, through turn 3, off turn number 4.
Here comes Cole Custer sliding wide off the corner. Checkered flag in the air. Career win number 1 for Cole Custer.
19 years of age in his rookie season, William Byron becomes a NASCAR champion.
Steve Post, Mike Bagley, and Kurt Becker on the call for the Motor Racing Network on Saturday at Homestead-Miami. Cole Custer, almost a mirror image of the Truck Series. A guy gets his first win in the series, but another guy who'd been strong all season long has a great run and wins the championship. He joins us on the guest line now. William Byron, driver of that Liberty University Camaro for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team, Junior Motorsports. William, congratulations on a strong season. What a battle you and Elliott Sadler had. He gets by you, you get back by. How tense were those final laps for you as they wound down?
Yeah, thank you guys. It was a lot of fun this year, and to have it come down to a battle like that was pretty incredible. Elliott and I were back and forth, and our cars were different or good at different times, and I just had to use that to my advantage at times on the short run, and then he was better on the long run. So it was pretty incredible and a lot of fun, and just can't believe that we won the championship. It feels awesome.
Yeah, as a rookie, that's really cool. Yellow stripe on the back bumper, a second rookie to win the championship, specifically over at Junior Motorsports as well. I have to specifically ask how you race Elliott Sadler. Do you race your teammates? Do you cognizantly race them differently, the same, or is it just it's like racing your brother when you're doing a teammate for a championship?
Yeah, I think it was more like, racing your brother. You're kind of out there and you know what he's going to do, and you know how you've raced him all year. You have a clear idea of how much you've given and how much you've taken. And I knew I was kind of pushing the buttons. He was a lot faster in the long run, and I was doing everything I could each run to kind of hold him up and just kind of show that I could stay out there and kind of maybe get in his head a little bit. So it's, you kind of play those games in a championship race where in other races you would probably let the guy go or just kind of try to get your car better and see where you were after that. But every lap counted, and we just had to hold that position, and luckily we were able to do that.
We know the end result. Obviously, you guys pull into victory lane for the championship. We saw a first-time winner with Cole Custer that realistically had a 24-second lead over the field. It was the most dominating performance that I've witnessed on the roof in a very long time. If you went back and you ran that race again, what's the one thing we could do better at the end of the day?
I'm not sure. I think, I don't really know. I think our car was kind of built for a short run, and that's kind of the risk you take. And Homestead is gotten so worn out. I think if we had a few more restarts, we would have been a little quicker. But honestly, that's all we had on the long run. That was everything she had. So I don't know, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a blast, and I love that racetrack. It's really cool to move around and kind of have options to make your car last.
Joey, we just had Christopher Bell on a little while ago, and he asked a question to Christopher Bell that I wanted to put to you as well. You obviously had a very strong season. You're the champion and made it happen when it counted. But through the whole season, what was the biggest obstacle you felt like you guys had to overcome?
I think through the season, just keeping up with the other race teams and kind of keeping up with the advancements there and continuing to get ourselves better. I think that's always what you fight in racing is trying to get yourself better and improve because obviously the sport's changing and you have to make sure you stay ahead of the game. So I felt like at the end of the year we got back to where we needed to be. Our speed was better and we just started to understand what we needed to be better. So I think we, just a credit to all the guys to get it to this point, and got a great group of guys over at JRM that did an awesome job all year.
Well, as a reward, you get to go cup racing. That's what they give you. Now, if you
win,
about that? It's just like automatically.
Is that part of the package?
Exactly right. Yeah,
I thought this was settled before you won the championship.
Oh, that's probably true.
Yeah.
So anyways, you get to prepare for 2018 in the Cup car, but do you have any plans, or would you like to come back into the Xfinity Series and dabble and be one of those Cup guys that's ruining the Xfinity Series now?
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna be as well liked when I come back as I am now. But I would say I don't know what my plans are as far as Xfinity, but I would say most of it's going to be focusing on the Cup Series. But if I do have an opportunity to run a few races, I will. But I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Just trying to kind of soak this one in and then also get prepared for 2018. I'm really excited for that. So it's going to be a big challenge next year. There's going to be a lot of things that I got to learn, and I know it's going to be probably the biggest hill I've ever climbed, but I'm looking forward to that, and I'll have a great team over there.
Well, let's expand on that a little bit. Moving into next year, how will you prepare in the offseason to get acclimated to your new team and the guys over there? And it's going to be tough because of the testing rules now for you to get much time behind the wheel before you're ready to do it full-time in 2018.
Yeah, we really won't have that many times to get behind the wheel, but I know those guys have a lot of resources over there, and I'll really be able to lean on that and kind of just see from there what I can do to be prepared. But I think the biggest thing will be just using the simulator and also using the resources I have to kind of look back at videos and onboards and see what's happening there. So it's going to be interesting, but we got a new car next year, and we're excited about that, and we'll just kind of play it by each month and see where we are come Daytona.
All right, Christopher Bell wins the Truck Championship. William Byron wins the Xfinity Series Championship, the 2017 Xfinity Series Championship in that Liberty University team for junior motorsports. Man, William, congratulations on a strong season, and we'll catch up to you down the road.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great offseason.
Thank you, William. There you go. How about that? Two guys who had been very strong all season long, and now both of them moving up to the next level in their careers. It's kind of cool to see the progression.
Yep. So again, one of the smaller things that gets overlooked in most of the series is you have 2-point systems. You have owners and drivers. Both the owner and the driver won in the Truck Series. Both the owner and the driver won in the
Xfinity Series.
In the Cup Series.
Oh, the Cup Series, yeah, right.
But then we had a split in owners and driver points, and that's where we come in. We were able to capture the owners' points championship for Team Penske with 5 different drivers. We were able to have Sam Hornish drive our car at Homestead, and so we were actually able to we were racing William Byron as one of those teams racing for the owners' points. We were able to finish in front of William. It was a perfect scenario, and I told my nephew Jacob, who's on the 9 car, congratulations to those guys. They were able to win the Drivers' Championship. I said, a perfect scenario. We win the race, you finish second, we both get rings.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let's see if we can work that out. He finished third, I finished second. We still get to both have rings, so it was a great situation. But kudos to Team Penske for the Owners' Championship with 5 drivers and winning the Owners. Kudos to William Byron, second rookie, junior motorsports, dominating. Amazing when you think about a rookie never being in the series, coming in and winning the championship with a lot of experience with the guy. And getting likes like Justin Allgaier and Elliott Sadler, they're teammates. So that's a lot of experience sitting right there beside you.
We got to go to break, but quickly before we do that, on the Xfinity side, before we leave this series, what's the Penske Xfinity program going to look like next year?
Well, I think we're going to have a very similar setup. We're probably going to bring in somebody young, maybe like an Austin Cindric that might fill in like he did this year. I really believe you're going to see 4 drivers with Ryan Blaney, Brad, Joey, and then Paul Menard adding the opportunities to drive the 7 races that they're allowed to run. You still have about 10 races that have to be filled somewhere that aren't allowed to run with the playoffs and the dash for cash kind of things. So I think you're going to see a handful of drivers, at least 5 drivers in that series for Team Penske.
All right, a rotating cavalcade of stars for Team Penske on the Xfinity side and their Mustangs. We'll put a bow on the season when we come back on MRN Motorsports Monday.
I'm not blooming good, I'm blooming great. Put a shrimp on the barbie and sizzle my steak. Woo, I want that onion to bloom, and it get in my senses like a sonic boom. No rules, just right. So bold, so nice, and I'm so ready for that Outback steak tonight. Outback Steakhouse, that's what it's all about. Outback Steakhouse, blooming great.
Are you in the concrete, construction, or waste industry? Are repair bills starting to pile up as your current mixer, dump, or waste truck starts to show its age? Before you make that plunge, consider an alternative to buying new. The Housby 2G second generation program is the complete refurbishment of your existing used trucks without the hefty price tag that comes with it. Extend the life of your current trucks today and give yourself an economic alternative to that new truck price. For more information, visit Housby.com. Housby, an official sponsor of NASCAR for over 40 years.
Being there matters, and your United States Navy protects and defends America on the world's oceans. Around the globe, around the clock, Navy ships, submarines, aircraft, and, most importantly, tens of thousands of America's finest young men and women are ready to defend America when piracy threatens global commerce, when disaster strikes, or when called upon by the Commander-in-Chief. Your Navy is there. When it comes to protecting and defending America, being there matters. And America's Navy is already there.
The biggest lap of Martin Truex Jr.'s life. Into turn number 2 he comes. MTJ is on his way off turn 2 for the final time.
Martin Truex Jr., no traffic out the windshield, and Kyle Busch falling back in the rear view. Martin Truex Jr. on his way to become a champion.
The best team all year long can now celebrate a championship. Here he comes off turn number 4 for the final time and under the checkered flag, and Martin Truex Jr. is a champion.
8th win of the season for Martin Truex Jr., the dominating team pretty much all season long. But Joey, 2018 is right around the corner. As we joke about all the time, there really is no off season anymore. Just a few of the things to note: Danica Patrick, Matt Kenseth, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are opting out of the Cup Series because of the whole musical chairs silly season situation.
Landon Castle.
We don't know where he's going to land. Paul Menard goes to the Wood Brothers. Ryan Blaney goes to Team Penske. William Byron, as he said, goes to Hendrick Motorsports. Eric Jones goes to Joe Gibbs Racing. A lot of new faces and new places for next season.
Still haven't confirmed what Kurt Busch is going to do. Probably staying at Stewart-Haas Racing. The 88 number will disappear.
Eric Almirola going to Stewart-Haas.
Stewart-Haas. A lot of changes. Chevrolet bringing out a new car. Ford keeping with the same one. We heard driver Brad Keselowski talk immediately after the race how the Fords have to get better to compete. He's never said that Toyota's doing anything wrong. Kudos to those guys. In fact, he said the design team done an amazing job on that car. We have fallen behind as a manufacturer. But 2017 was a really good season from a competitive standpoint. From our standpoint, we had 3 wins, but you always want better. You always want better. The interesting thing yesterday, what we saw in the Cup Series was, again, the championship team wins the race.
Yeah, and that's always cool.
It's always cool. We've seen Kyle Busch do it. We've seen Tony Stewart do it in the past. Those guys are
and
winning
Tony
races.
had to do it. He and Carl Edwards tied.
That's exactly right. And so we saw those competitive natures of Martin Truex. Had an amazing season, like you said. 2018 will be very, very interesting because there's so many new things, and you're trying to keep, like, the last thing those guys on the 78 want to do is do the exact same they did this year. They're trying to make things better already.
Well, that brings up a question. We're toward the end of the program now, but with Eric Jones leaving to go to Joe Gibbs Racing and Furniture Row shutting down the 77 team, will that impact Martin Truex's team, the 78, do you think, with all the less data they have coming in on race weekends and testing?
You might look at it as less data. I look at it as more resources because now you have more eyeballs able to work on one team. I don't see them getting any weaker, and I think they just got stronger.
Yeah, they may have indeed, and they were awfully strong this whole season long. Toyotas will have another year under their belt with their car. The Chevrolets will go to the Camaros, as we talked about a little bit earlier, a whole new manufacturer there. How big of a change is that?
That's a huge change. We saw, Stewart-Haas Racing start out a little bit faster than we expected when they went to Ford with Ford manufacturing. So Chevrolet is really putting a lot of effort behind this new Camaro to really see what they had with the baseline with the Toyota Camry. So we know where it's going.
All right, don't forget, Motor Racing Network will be with you through the whole offseason. Check out MRN.com, the MRN app, to keep up with everything going on there. NASCAR Live every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm Woody Kane. He's Joey Meyer. Head to Outback, get that free bloomin' onion. We'll see you right back here next year for MRN Motorsports Monday.
MRN Motorsports Monday is presented by Outback Steakhouse. Tune in every Monday for another exciting episode right here on MRN.com. Brought to you by Hercules Tires. MRN Motorsports Monday is also available on demand in MRN.com's Media Center, on our Facebook page, on YouTube, and in iTunes or the Google Play Store. MRN Motorsports Monday is a production of the Motor Racing Network.